Yeah, but Primo Dolce actually uses his primal rage there, just like staying alive, because maybe he thinks more of a push is coming through.
Oh, I thought that he was going to get that pulse bomb in time. Carpe tried, and yeah, well, you won't have the primal rage to be able to, you know, keep yourself in the fight. Now we're going to be in overtime. 99%. uNKOE, though, will be able to take out Spree in that one. Sherlock, he brings the team right back into the action, but they can't get onto the point, though, in time. And FaZe will get the first point.
I mean, Joe Meister has the sound barrier to lead the charge. You know that the other team does not have a sound barrier at this moment in time. You can get ShaDowBurn getting in there deep with the blade.
And there you have it, the combination that you always see, the blade coming out with the beat. It's cutting through them. They're going to have to use the nano blade on the Reinhardt, and they're going to do their best to stay in this fight. But it's so far working out pretty well for FaZe. Looking to make the flip happen, so close to doing so. Primo Dolce is going to go back in and try and contest, but he's going to be made short work of, courtesy of Carpe, and they get the flip at 70%. We're tied up just
with that Transcendence. It's going to be the Earth Shatter there coming out for Renegades.
Primo Dolce using the Earth Shatter and getting nothing for it, X. It's going to not be in the best of spots either. And they're just falling down 99%. That's going to do it. As FaZe will win it 2-0. And as soon as they lost it, they really had nothing else to go in and re-engage with. The desperation Earth Shatter from Primo.
That support for Corey in the back on the McCree to make something happen, and that's exactly what you wanted. It's going to be Zachary who takes out Fact Fiction to kick things off.
And Corey, I mean, he knew that that the Genji was going to be there, that Carpe was going to be there to bother them. And he was able to handle that one very quickly. Now they make their way to the payload, or to the point to get the payload. So far, so good for the Renegades here. But FaZe looking to challenge one more time. Deadeye is going to come out. He will get Joe Meister with that one. And now the Renegades, they cap it. Time to start the Streets phase.
So you lose those two fights if you're Renegades, right? You do get some ultimates out from the side of FaZe Clan. We can take a look. Carpe goes high in the sky. And it looks like ShaDowBurn there.
Yeah,
so, now
it's like freaky, you know?
Yeah, so now we see Renegades. You know, they have all these ults. There comes the grab coming in for Mangachu. It's going to be Fact Fiction using an Earth Shatter there. Does not matter. It'll be a big Death Blossom coming out there from Zachary, as Renegades now going to keep moving the payload. The grab plus the Meteor Strike here for FaZe Clan.
Could get a little Space Jam action, perhaps. Let's see. There goes the sound barrier. Graviton's going to come out. Here we go. He finds two big kills for ShaDowBurn. He gets three, finally shut down from a hammer, courtesy of Primo Dolce. But Renegades, though, they won't be able to stand tall on the point. They got to back away here.
And Renegades use their sound barrier there.
2 minutes, 36 seconds to work with. Mangachu's going to be really close to a Graviton Surge. He will have this 99%. There you go. Graviton Surge goes out now. Are they going to follow up with the kill? Zachary's going to have the Death Blossom. He uses it, and they're going to find it with the Deadeye as well. And that's going to be a wipe for Renegades, and they're right there to being able to make this cap happen. Yes, they do. Their knees were not shaky. Players poke out. Carpe could have gotten that shot there. He jumped around all crazily and stuff, but still, so far, this is looking pretty solid. I mean, they're gonna have to drop back here because they just don't want to get that added pressure from Carpe. Players try to come around the flank here. Oh, he does get the shot on Corey. He's gonna have to back away, and FaZe, they're able to get a bunch of kills here to open it up. The odds are in their favor. And Corey, not long for this world, he gets dropped.
It was a ton of damage that came down from Fact Fiction. He's actually able to land a fire strike on 3 or 4 players of Renegades as they're backed into that back left corner. Connects on a few, does a ton of damage, and everybody.
Bear that in mind, and he will have the primal. ShaDowBurn falls early into the fight. The Spree opt to go for it now. I believe I heard their Earth Shatter come through too, but he gets picked off before I think it even went down to the ground there.
Yeah, before he can actually land his hammer to the ground, he was actually taken out there by Corey. So FaZe Clan does not burn their Earth Shatter there. But now look at this. I mean, you have your, it's going to be another Earth Shatter coming down. Primo Dolce knocks down a few, but it's going to be the Graviton that sucks in a few of the members from Renegades, as it's going to be Renegades now trying to fall back here. And they also use a nano boost there. So Primo Dolce connects with the Earth Shatter, but they also use a nano boost on him. But the grab, I mean, they're not able to pick up any kills. ShaDowBurn has a blade here towards the end. Could be GG.
Here comes the nano blade right to the back line, and he takes out Sherlocky as well as Corey. And ShaDowBurn and company make the cap happen. That will be 3 points on the board. 10 seconds remaining here. Renegades need to make this happen right here, right now. They got to dive into this. Mangachu's going to be playing the Tracer. The Earth Shatter drops down. Time is ticking down. Now we're going to be in overtime here, but it will be FaZe yet again. They're going to use the beat to get them the win. Yeah, good try with the Graviton Surge. You didn't get anything earlier with the Dragon Strike, and you didn't get anything with the composition that you tried to run on that one, Renegades. FaZe held you off. And all they got to do is get one more tick, and that will be G. And I don't know, man. Renegades, they just haven't really been doing all that well. Waiting for the prime opportunity to do so. Comes around defense matrix, and then they give them the hotel for free. No one was there just watching it. They're going to lose out on Zenyatta right away, and they dive right into the action here. Bye-bye, D.Va. Oh, sure, you can go ahead and stay alive there as well, Winston, but we'll just go ahead and take care of you eventually. And you mentioned it, X. They went for the kill. And the kill was definitely had as FaZe will go up 2-0 in the series thus far. First push, no problem.
They just gave them so much space. Like, they didn't contest the initial choke. They give them the hotel, and instead of like kind of fighting them that back left, like they just kind of like rotate out towards the point. And the thing is like FaZe Clan, I mean, when you have such an aggressive comp,
gonna get stopped by ShaDowBurn. Now this is it. Maybe this will work out for them though. Mangachu and Zachary were able to, you know, line up the kill feed. So good news for them as they make their way through. And so far, this has been working out. So Renegades, they make it happen. They dive in and they get the kills.
Yeah, they dive in. They give some space for Corey. Mangachu gets a big DMAC onto Spree, and they're able to take the first point here on Hanamura. Let's see, no, actually.
They got the first point.
Yeah, it doesn't. For a second there, it looked like maybe FaZe would have came out a little bit further, but they don't. So, and you know, now all you have to work with is that grab and the nano boost. You know, for Renegades, I guess your saving grace is that there's not a sound barrier or transcendence on the other side. The issue is, I mean, ShaDowBurn's going to Dragon Blade here in just a sec.
Graviton Surge is going to go down. Mangachu.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. You're going to get some kills now. So the Graviton Surge leads to something as they're able to get 2 picks now. Let's see if they're going to be able to respond. Carpe does drop the pulse bomb onto Jur, so bye-bye Lucio. Sherlocky, oh, nice. There you go. Sleep Dart. That was going to be highly necessary. They do clear them out, and now this is starting to look good here, but ShaDowBurn's going to go right through, and he ends up getting absolutely shut down by Sherlocky, and now they managed to make it happen. But if that just didn't look like the the craziest, most scary out push. In 4-0, and oh, that's a lot of damage done on the shields. Actually, the armor for Primo Dulce, but he will have a chance to get back into this fight here.
And we'll see how FaZe attacks
getting a lot of hits with that.
Yeah, with the Reinhardt at the door, we'll see what they decide to do. You get a Discord orb on him, you're able to drop him right away. And they actually get Carpe behind enemy lines, and he's putting a lot of shots down on a Primo Dulce, and they're actually able to get Zachary out of the fight here. And here comes the dive from FaZe Clan, just pushing back Renegades.
And they don't really have anyone to go and challenge him above. I mean, yes, you have Corey, but it seems like Corey was dealing with his own problems. They all kind of drop back. ShaDowBurn falls in the background, courtesy of Sherlocky. Pulse Bomb comes through, gets Sherlocky, though. And they're on the point. They're right there to cap it. Now the question is, can they just finish it up? They were able to get 2 ticks on that one. 76 is, oh boy, he was just in a bad position there. Carpe dived right on him and was just able to drain that health. And FaZe continuing to dance around the point here, X.
Yeah, and in Renegades, they stabilize here for a second, but FaZe, they're going to earn the sound barrier. They're going to go on in. ShaDowBurn getting very close to a Dragon Blade as well. It's going to be a sound barrier coming out for Renegades. See, Carpe, though, it almost seems like he's invisible. Like, nobody's even looking at him. Just doing so much work on this Tracer.
No one has been paying attention to Carpe, and he has been a pain in the neck. He gets a kill on Zachary, follows up with another one on Primo Dulce, and they have cleared out Renegades from this point. They are going to cap this one, and they did so really from the beginning. They were in control the entire time, even with the dip out, you know, with the Discord orb and then 76's consistent damage. There goes the dive, as a matter of fact. And there will be that Orb of Discord that lands onto Fact Fiction. ShaDowBurn up top, though, cuts through. Doesn't get a kill for it, though. That will force out Primo Dulce to use the Primal Rage. They got nearly that first tick. They're so close to being able to make it happen and forcing the players back onto the point. You hear the tack visor from Corey, but he's going to get wiped out by Fact Fiction, who gets 2 kills. And the immortal Carpe will fall, courtesy of ShaDowBurn using the Doom Fist. And this is just now desperation mode for Renegades as they're looking to get onto the point. They do manage to get past that first tick, make progress to the second, force them back. The Mei comes in for the stall here. Very typical of what you see in these kinds of situations now, but they make short work of the Mei in turn. No more Diva for Mangachu either. And at this point, it's Lemmings. They're just jumping onto the point, hoping that they can make something happen. But no, nothing will happen here. That's going to be a cap for FaZe 2-0 with 4 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, no, you know, the one thing that, like, traded sides of the map here. So now Renegades, it looks like they're trying to go for the high ground here. Carpe will have the Widow ult, as it'll be Primo Dolce dropping first.
Yeah, that first blood from Renegades slows things down, especially considering that they're not going to have a lot of time to work with. 21 seconds left on the clock. ShaDowBurn is going to fall too. Jur goes down as well. You know, it seems like they just jumped off, and Zachary all by his lonesome in the back. Actually, he will have his Diva there with him, Mangachu, and they don't have any time to work with. They got to go ahead and dive right into this point. They got to start making some progress, and there are some players there, as a matter of fact. And here we go, Primo Dolce right into it, and he's gone. He just gets dashed right through. Overtime coming out now. There you have the Transcendence for ShaDowBurn, keeping everyone alive and contesting this as long as they possibly can. But ShaDowBurn isn't having any of these shenanigans. He uses the Dragon Blade, sweeps right through them. And that basically will be all she wrote for Renegades' push. GG on that one. Now it's going to be FaZe's turn. I think they want it because they want to set up on the left side like they did last time.
Here comes the sound barrier for FaZe Clan as they get right in. It'll be a nano boost there onto Corey, so he's trying to do as much damage as he can. Mangachu will fall. Here comes the Dragon Blade. Everybody else will fall as well.
Everyone's dead. Jur's dead too. Wonder now if they're going to find the teleporter here. They got to go ahead and contest it as much as they possibly can. And there goes the teleporter, and it won't matter, as that will be FaZe getting the win. They will go up 3-0 with the victory. And now at this point, you play out all 4 maps for the map score. They're just getting pinned back. They've made not a lot of progress with this payload here. And also, too, you just don't want to see them swap out of it, at least not now, because they're so close to getting these ults.
Yeah, no, you know, Raucus has been a big player here very early for FaZe Clan. You see the pressure that Renegades is now putting on him, but you know, from afar, he's been able to keep a lot of his teammates alive here on the cart. Now, Renegades, you have the res, you have your rocket barrage. You've earned these ultimates. You've been trying to. Now you got to make them worthwhile.
Indeed you do. There goes a barrage, but Raucus will be the victim of that one. Carpe cleans it up immediately, so he's not really to get much value out of that one. ShaDowBurn, though, bringing back the team with the res, so that's the Diva and the Pharah back into the action, but they end up losing him immediately after the res comes up because he couldn't get back in the mech on time, and despite it, they're still able to
swing things in FaZe's favor. As ShaDowBurn not really close to that res. You probably get it actually in this fight. He's up to 85%. That's a big kill there from Mangachu, getting Spree out of the equation, able to put a lot of pressure on the supports.
Yeah, but they take out Jur, though. They're going to have to be able to deal with this without their support. The beat has been dropped. FaZe, if you're a fan of FaZe, you feel like this is definitely in your favor. Both post bombs go out and take out both Winstons. Mangachu gets the kills, though, and this is the push that Renegades needed to get Spree. Last person left alive here on the point. He's just going to get rocked there. Diva self-destruct, doesn't get kills because the players are going to be hanging out right behind, and Zachary clears out the Diva immediately, and that will be the cap right at the last second here. That fight. One last attack, you said, X. Let's see how this works out. Joe Meister also close to getting a sound barrier. I mean, you know, he's gonna have to do some damage there to get it, and there goes the Transcendence. Zachary with the Dragon Blade. The Transcendence came out as soon as the Dragon Blade came out, and those are the kills. Those are the kills Renegades wanted to get. But they're right there, and they just gotta remove Spree out of the equation and make this one a cap, put 2 points on the board. Overtime yet again. In fact, Fiction, he's stalling here. He didn't get to use the Primal Rage, so he couldn't delay it, and that's going to be the second point.
Yeah, for a second, I thought you may have seen the Primal Rage because you had
this fight.
Yeah, but Fact Fiction still has the Primal Rage, and you still have the Sound Barrier if you're FaZe. There comes the Sound Barrier, but Zachary here with the Dragon Blade, trying to find anything, searching for opponents.
Oh.
He'll get nothing there as Self-Destruct comes out from the side of Renegades on the point. Spree, though, takes out 2. ShaDowBurn with another.
Jur used the sound barrier and only got himself.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's 3 seconds left, right? So you see everybody fall there for Renegades. So we will go into overtime, but yeah, I mean, not ideal, right? You know, you build up that support ult. Probably would have liked to get a little bit more use out of it. As round 1 is over, it will be...
He'll have the health pack, so you'd look for him to re-engage in just a little bit. Perhaps they just wait for that jump pack to come in, though, and there you have it. The Transcendence is out. In response, you're going to have the sound barrier. Corey's able to take out Carpe there. Mangachu right into the fray, and he will not be able to get the trap, though. And ShaDowBurn picks up 3, and FaZe just sweep him out of that, man, and they get that point.
And they end up using... we'll take a look at the replay. First pick that may open it up for FaZe Clan as you see them get extremely aggressive, dive in deep to Renegades, and Renegades actually uses their sound barrier there. I think they only connect with 1 or 2 players.
Oh, nice, as a matter of fact, though. I was going to say that Spree was able to get the kill there with the D.Va self-destruct, but Mangachu follows it up right away. But at the end of the day, it's going to be FaZe getting the 2nd point. And D.Va self-destruct, that actually disoriented Renegades quite a bit, though.
Well, I think here's the issue with Renegades, right? The first point, you use the grab, you get nothing.
So they're going to go ahead and keep track of the cooldowns on that one. I believe was used there for sure, Locky. But really, again, you know, they're using these ults, and they're just getting little to no. And there we have it. They're almost making their way through the 2nd bend here, or the final bend, I should say.
Yeah, they use their nano blade there. The Transcendence comes out from Raucus. You were able to get Joe Meister before he had an opportunity to use his sound barrier, but may not be enough. ShaDowBurn with the Dragon Blade here could end it.
Let's look for ShaDowBurn. He picks up 2 kills without the Dragon Blade, and now is going to go ahead and bust that one out. Cuts right through Corey. Into the back line he goes. Reinhardt, no, you're just not the position you want to be in. So weak as well, and it is just blue on the left. They dominate. That's going to do it. 3-2. FaZe ended in 4.
And I think there for Renegades, you saw a lot of the inconsistent ult use that really has kind of plagued them this season thus far.